Hi, and thanks for watching. This is a video on how I do my highlight and contouring. I just use concealers and a darker foundation. So let's get started. The first thing I do is prime my face, and this is Pixie's Flawless Beauty Primer. I just put it underneath my eyes, pretty much along my T-zone, any areas where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage and staying power. And then I use L'Oreal True Match foundation. I don't always use foundation before I highlight and contour, mainly if I'm going to a party or at night, or if I want some more coverage. And I just use a kabuki brush to blend it all in. The first part of my highlight, I use this NYC concealer, and this is to conceal and do a little bit of highlighting. This color is more like a beige color. It's obviously lighter than my skin tone, but I love the way it makes my skin look. And I just use this damp beauty sponge to blend everything in. I don't drag the concealer too far out. I just stay in those concentrated areas because I want to make sure that I highlight these areas and the other parts I'm going to contour. And that's the first step of highlighting. Then I use this NYC concealer, and it's in a yellow tone, and this helps to highlight those exact same areas where I just concealed. I do drag this type of concealer along the top of my eyebrows because I really like to highlight those areas. And then again, just using the damp beauty sponge to blend everything out. And again, not dragging it too far out, just focusing on the center of the face. Step 2 is done of the highlighting. Now on to contouring. I just used this foundation stick. It's by Clean Color, and it's a much darker foundation, of course. I just put it in the hollows of my cheeks, along my hairline, underneath my chin, and then along the sides of my nose very slightly. And that's it. Then I use this dome-angled kabuki brush to blend everything out. I use the edge of the brush to buff out where I drew the contour on my cheekbones, and I drag the color up to cast a nice shadow. I never go below the line. Then I use the center of the brush to buff out the contours along my hairline, and I do drag it from the temple of my forehead just above the eyebrow, just to make it look like I have a smaller forehead. Then I go ahead and touch up my chin, and then again using the sides of the brush, I buff out the contours along my nose, and I never drag the contour anywhere else that I drew the line because I don't want that contour to get all over the place. I want it very, very concentrated to make my nose look a little bit more slim. And that's it for the contour. Then what I do is use this pressed powder, also by Clean Color, to set where I contoured using this type of brush. I just drag it all over the areas where I contoured just to set it, and I also like the way it casts a nice shadow on those areas to make my face look more defined. Then I use this small domed kabuki brush and help to set the contour along my nose, and then I do drag that color just inside of my eye above my crease, and then I drag just a touch over the top of my nose for a little button nose. And that's it for the contouring. And then I use this yellow tone pressed powder along with the same damp beauty sponge and go ahead and set the areas where I highlighted. This also helps to mattify those areas where I put the concealers. And then I dab a little bit right underneath the hollows of my cheeks to make those contours pop a little bit more. And that's it for highlighting and contouring. It's super easy. I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times on YouTube already, but that's what I've learned. I just use these products and it helps me to create a really nice highlight and contour along the shape of my face. And again, I go ahead and highlight underneath my eyes, just the bottom part of my forehead, down the center of my nose, above my lip, and a touch on my chin. And then for the contour, I draw lines just at the hollows of my cheeks, around the hairline, then a touch under my chin, and then along the sides of my nose, and then just a touch over the top of my nose. And that gets me exactly what I want for my face shape. Then I use whatever is on my dome brush and just contour a little bit underneath my jawline. This is the face that I do before I apply the rest of my makeup, and it's just super easy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and leave any comments or questions you have down below. And if you haven't already, I would love, love, love for you to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Until next time, I will see you soon.